Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey. I'm here at Texas Motor Speedway, and right here beside me I have got two of the latest mainstream EVs from Nissan and Volkswagen. At $40,000 and $50,000 respectively, could these vehicles be your first electric vehicle? Stay tuned to find out. This video is sponsored by Electron Portable EV Chargers. Electron supplied us with this 240 volt 32 amp portable charger for us to use, and it drastically cut down our home charging times. This particular charger has a 21-foot heavy-duty cord, NEMA 1450 plug for our house, J1772 for any mainstream EV on the market today. If you are interested in getting a portable charger for your EV and helping out the channel in the process, click the link down in the description below. Alright, so under the hood of both of these vehicles is not the internal combustion engine that we are so familiar with talking about here on this channel, but neither one of these have the EV frunk, so to speak. Both do put electrical and motor components underneath the hood. So here in the 2022 Nissan Leaf, we have a 214 horsepower front-wheel drive layout. This has a 62 kilowatt hour battery pack in it and can get up to 214 miles of range on a single charge. Over here in the VW ID.4 Pro S, this one is actually the new all-wheel drive version, but it has an 82 kilowatt hour battery pack and can get up to 240 miles of range on a single charge. I'm going to go ahead and close the hood here on the Nissan Leaf so we can take a look at the interesting styling of this vehicle that doesn't exactly look like many other Nissans on the road. Yes, it continues with their V-Motion grille up front here, but it is a very unique look for the Nissan brand. And the Leaf has been like the mainstream EV for its entire lifespan. If you didn't want a Tesla but wanted an EV, more than likely you were shopping a Leaf. Starting up front, we have the charge port is actually under this panel up front. Many different EV manufacturers are putting them in many different places. So Nissan actually started with the charge port up front here. Already opened the hood to show you what was under there. You've got upgraded headlights here, and then I really like the blue accents throughout on this. So everyone knows that blue is the electrified color of the future. So Nissan has put some nice blue touches and blue accents. I really like it here in this fake grille. You don't need a grille for engine cooling anymore, so you get this kind of blue diamond pattern hidden within this black faux grille. Moving around to the side, checking out the profile, you can see it's really like a small hatchback or wagon in its design. It's, again, very mainstream in its approach. If it's got a hatch on the back, it is probably going to sell well in 2022. You've got the floating roof design that is so popular on so many vehicles now. Four-door access for seating for 5, and back here you actually have if I can get it to open, a manually opening hatch in the back. Being that this is an EV, there is actually quite a bit of storage space back here. I believe the official numbers are 30 cubic feet, which is smaller than SUV counterparts, but being that this is more or less a car, is competitive with some of the other vehicles on the market. This one is a top trim SL Plus, and yes, you can see 0 emissions here on the side. Moving over to the VW ID.4. Let me close the hood on this one, and we can take a look at the styling on this. So, famously here on this channel, I actually raced one of these and was possibly successful. You'll have to go check that video out. We'll link it up in the corner. But this is the new all-wheel drive version. And the way VW is positioning this vehicle and marketing this vehicle, they aren't exactly going after the quote-unquote EV shopper. They don't want you necessarily cross-shopping this with the likes of the Mustang Mach-E or Tesla Model Y. They want you to cross-shop this against the gas-powered Toyota RAV4 compact crossover. So they really want this to be your first electric vehicle. Being that this is the first electric from VW and the first in the ID line of electrified vehicles, you get some very interesting design cues that are going to be present on all ID or intelligent design vehicles from VW. One are these headlights that are a little bit of fun and will wink at you if you do the right combination of events. But very traditional styling here on the side, a little less crazy and out there as that Nissan Leaf over there. I really do like this little bit right here that separates the roof from the body side, and no matter what color vehicle you get, you are still going to get this silver painted panel separating the black roof from the body color of the vehicle. I absolutely love this blue. You can see the door handles are actually electronic. They are not old school door handles. And then to get in the back here, oh boy, it is actually a power operated hatch and much more storage space in this because it is a crossover, and you do get some hidden underfloor storage and then even more underfloor storage under here. So this is really more in line with where shoppers are now. In that it is a crossover, an SUV, and really looks to position VW for the future. But it is quite chilly out here. Let's hop in both of these, do a quick interior walk around to show you the differences between the two. All right, sitting in the 2022 Nissan Leaf, I've got the window sticker right here. I did mention outside this is the top trim SL Plus package with a sticker price of $39,255. It is estimated from the EPA to get 215 miles of range on a single charge from its 62 kilowatt hour battery. Being that this is a 2022, you get several nice amenities for that $40,000 price point. Starting up to top here, you get an 8-inch color touchscreen that is a little laggy. It's showing its age just a little bit. It has been around a while and could stand from a little bit of an upgrade. You do get actual hard buttons for your climate controls, so kudos there, along with tuning and volume knobs. So let's not get crazy with all of the touch points and things like that. If you're going to be using it regularly, let's have a regular knob for it, please. You do get USB-C and USB-A ports to interface with that color touchscreen. You can see the front seats have 2-position heat, no ventilation here. You do get a power port there, and then you get your vehicle start button right here. I've actually got it running, but it is nice and silent. You do get 2 drive mode selectors here, so Eco, which saves battery, and then E-pedal, which is actually their 1-pedal or regenerative braking feature. And then you get this unique gear selector. So you go over and up for reverse, and I don't know if you can hear that very fun EV backup noise to let pedestrians know that you are in reverse. And then you can see that engages a rather grainy, low-res 360 and rear view camera. and you go to the left and down, that puts you in drive, and then push the button here for park. Interesting thing with EVs, when I started this up in the garage, nobody knew it was running, and so they were still standing there in front of me. So if you're ever wondering why EVs make the weird noises they do, that is it right there. Electronic parking brake, two cup holders right there, rather small center console. It is comparable with my 2013 Chevy Cruze, but you do get a wireless charge pad right up here that I can say fits a large iPhone quite well. So it is future-proof in that sense. But let's take a look at the back seat and see what that is like by hopping in back there. Sitting behind myself at 5'10", it's a firmer back seat. It is not the softest, but there is a lot of give to this seat. There is a center seat belt here, but there is no place for the center passenger to put their feet. You get a hard plastic console here with two cup holders, place to rest whatever you are charging in these two USB-A ports that are covered by rubber covers here. You get map pockets on the back of both of those seats, but just a generic car sedan back seat here, and I already showed you what it was like back in the trunk, but I will say as a parent, the child seat anchor points are easily marked and easily accessible back here in the back seat as well. No full down center armrest, but this is actually a 60-40 split bench seat that I will fold down by getting out and pulling this lever here, which actually shows the rear tether points for those rear seats. Since I do have this seat folded down, I will pop open the hatch one more time just to show you that the load floor is not flat on this. So if you are bringing additional items with you that are long, just know that this does not have a flat load floor. And yes, you can see part of that Bose sound system back there as well. Let's go take a look at that ID.4 and see how it compares. All right, sitting in the VW ID.4 Pro S all-wheel drive. This one comes in at a sticker price of $50,870. It will get up to 240 miles of EPA-estimated range on a single charge from its 82 kilowatt-hour battery. This vehicle is much more modern than that Nissan, and it shows when you move inside here, starting with the gear selector. Or even the driving situation, you just hop in this vehicle, sit down, put your foot on the brake, and put it in drive. I'm going to put it back in park so it doesn't think I'm trying to go somewhere, but that is how you start this vehicle. It just knows the key is in here, someone is sitting in the seat, foot on the brake, start the vehicle. There is actually a start button here for, again, they want this to be your first EV, so if you haven't gotten used to that yet, you can start it with that. Moving over here to the touchscreen infotainment. This is where I much prefer the inside of that Nissan versus this ID.4 because this is how you adjust the temperature in here. You slide your finger back and forth in this area. It is a dual person or dual zone climate control. This is also how you adjust the audio for the sound system. And I have not tested this at night, but I've heard these little indications, which they do look painted on, don't light up. So seeing this and operating this at night is kind of a pain. We'll say you can control everything through this infotainment system, including the climate controls, the heated seats, sorry, not ventilated seats. And this is fairly good, though when I first started to use it, it was a little on the laggy side, but now I can see it's become a little more snappy now that it's been running for a little bit. You do get regular, normal climate vents here, nothing fancy like the Tesla Model Y that, again, they don't necessarily want you cross-shopping this against. And then there's a lot of cool lighting touches in here, ambient lighting that you can change the color of, and just nice, cool, modern touches that we didn't get in that Nissan. 2 cup holders here in this floating design center console, and then even more cup holder storage under this roller style cover. You can actually reposition these little inserts, so you can put more cups in here, you can put something large. There is a Qi wireless charger in here that does fit larger phones, iPhone 12 Pro Max. 2 USB-C ports in here, no USB-A's to be found, so you do have to be modern in that regard. Center arm comfort comes from an adjustable arm rest, so you can adjust it and find that perfect spot for you. Everything up here on for the driver, these are all haptic touch buttons. They aren't actual buttons, they're touch areas on the steering wheel, and you have a rather small screen here for your gauge cluster. It shows you your range, how many miles are on the vehicle, things of that nature. I'll put it in drive. You can see there's your speed and your driver assistance features there. Another modern touch of this vehicle is Hey ID. She's not going to work for me now, but you can actually talk to the vehicle and tell it things like I'm cold or I'm hot, and it'll adjust those controls for you. Moving back to the back, sitting behind myself at 5'10", there's definitely more room back here than in that Nissan Leaf. You get 2 USB-C ports on the back of the center console here, and 2 very low mounted vents that you are going to need to have on high to blast up to actually reach your face and cool you off from down there. You do get a fold down center armrest here in the middle, and the center passenger actually does get foot space in this. It's a very flat load floor, so lots of room all the way across back here. And then again, as a dad, I will point out hard plastic surrounds on the child seat anchors. These actually fold down, not like the Mazda we tested previously on our channel, where they actually came out and you had to do something with them so you did not lose them. Very comfortable seating here again. Let's see here, they are fold but not recline seats, so I will show off the fact that they are 60-40 split. Go ahead and fold this one down here. So interestingly enough, the 40% is on the driver's side. That is something I've noticed in a few other world vehicles that are typically right-hand drive. And so very interesting for me, who I always put my child seat on the passenger side. In this configuration, it would leave you with the smaller opening if you have the child seat in that position. And then again, that power rear hatch, I just wanted to show here, not only do you have a flat load floor thanks to this false floor here that has underfloor storage, but you even have a center pass-through with that center fold-down armrest. And there's one more thing on the inside that I wanted to show you, and that is the large panoramic roof that, again, goes back to that haptic touch control of previous, or of the climate control and things like that. You just swipe back on this panel right here, and it opens up the massive skylight. So there you have it, a quick walk around of 2 of the mainstream offerings from mainstream brands in the EV space at $39,000 and $50,000 respectively for these 2 EVs. Both Nissan and Volkswagen want you to consider these as your first entry into the electrified market. What about you? Let me know down in the comments below if you would consider something like this from an established brand, or are you looking more towards something a little more engrossed in electrified culture. But that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and come back for more reviews here at GT Garage Talk. Until next time, bye.